I'm pretty sure someone snagged this trail camera up here. Wasn't hidden well enough. And it's been out here longer than I thought. Like 2 seconds ago, literally just crashed right there. Got it on my voice recorder. Timestamp is 10:59 hours.
In 2011, having a background in video editing and tired of all the fake shows on TV, I decided to make my own series. This series is meant to show our true and real expeditions searching for Bigfoot, but more importantly, to entice friends and families off the couch to explore what this amazing world has to offer. My name is Mike Famont, and this is my journey.
Alright, let me just say something to start off with here. This feels so good to be outside. It's not good. So we came across our first really muddy area. It poured yesterday all day. So we did see an ATV that just went through here. There are some obvious bike tracks, some people tracks. So we know we have those three things that either are currently out here or have been out here that could have left some sort of tracks. Just want to note that I was the only car in the parking area. So there's an old foundation right over there. Can't really make it out, but what's cool is right down here across the little trail there's a old well, which is really neat. And what's even cooler is there's an old axe head. It doesn't appear to be super old, but it's definitely been sitting here a minute. You heard the fire siren? What I was doing that, showing you the well. And anytime I hear a fire siren like that, I instantly stop and listen, because that's a very similar vocalization to a Bigfoot. And what's been reported in the past is Bigfoot, as soon as that goes off, will mimic that sound. So that's why I instantly stop and listen. And I did a call back because I didn't hear anything. Just in hopes that it got someone's attention, but I didn't hear anything on my callback either. And we're going to be met by an ATV, which a lot of people think that sucks because it's going to scare away the Bigfoot. I don't think so. They're going to put all their attention on the ATV and not think about me walking, the quiet person, I think. It's crazy how it's going to be like 75 degrees today and there's still snow on the ground. Boggles my mind. I've also been noticing these kind of weird things along the side of the trail. Now, some people would be right off the bat and say, listen, that looks like a Bigfoot track, and it does. However, if you look at where we are, how the trail is, I can easily tell you that there were rocks there, and no, Bigfoot did not pick up the rocks and throw them or move them. the rocks in fact are, I think right there, was some bicyclist that did not want to drive through and get stuck in the mud. So they obviously moved the rocks around the puddle. So not everything that you see is Bigfoot related in the woods. Well, this is it. We've successfully made it to Bigfoot Highway. Oh man. Look at all that you can see all the way down there. Holy crap. Definitely looking for prints along here. 100%. I think that they would have to cross this. This would be like an intersection. And I think that if they were moving up and down this power line, they would have to step exactly right in here somewhere. Man, where is it? It's got to be around here. It's got to be a track around here somewhere. So we're still going down the power or the gas line here, and we're in an area that, I mean, it's completely saturated. There is no way, unless a Bigfoot was on either side, would be not leaving a track here. And what's interesting is I found this guy. You can, where is it? You can see, obviously human-shaped, bipedal, but you can see right here, it's got that big, the arch in there, which doesn't mean it's barefoot. I think that's 100% a boot print. But what's interesting is I don't see any more. So that says people say, well, where's the other tracks? Well, we would see them here. There's no way we wouldn't see another human boot track like that. So yeah, I'm not saying this guy disappeared. I'm saying that he probably stepped somewhere where the ground was less saturated and didn't leave an indentation. I think that happens all the time when people say, oh, where's the other tracks? Well, you know what? I've lost tracks before, and it's just because they're not there anymore. I don't think they're anything supernatural, but I don't think that, you know, it's easily explainable. So we're going to keep poking around down here a little bit and then head up the other way, I think. And you know, something else too, kind of another interesting point, is I'll see a lot of pictures posted on social media of a view like this. And, you know, I never thought too much of it. And then there would be people looking and circling red circles all where my finger is, you know, wherever. Up there even, you know, probably have a couple. See, the thing is, I just had an idea to take a picture right here with my phone and go back and review it later to see if there's anything peeking out. And now I understand why people do that, and they think they actually do see things when they zoom in, and it's 100%, mostly 99% pareidolia, which is seeing objects that aren't really there, but appear to be a familiar shape that you make out. Your brain tells you that's what it is. And I could tell you, if I took a picture right there, I don't think there'd be a Sasquatch, but we could sure find something that looks like one. I think that's looking a little too hard. That's something researchers need to take into account. Whoa, mud! Whoa, that one got the sock. That one got the sock. I'm just going to record as I go over this ridge here. I'm going to try to be quiet. I think that's a post. Yeah. Rock.
Although neither my camera or voice recorder picked it up, there was a possible single knock that came from inside the tree line. Later, this exact location will provide some incredible evidence.
That could have been the wind. Sounded a little different. Oh, I gotta check it out. Just gonna zoom real quick. Y'all take a look at this and tell me if you could see anything. Oh, jeez. Well, if you wanted a place to hide and stalk deer, here you go. Whew. Alright, let's start looking. Ooh. There are prints.
I'm on a gas line in northwestern New Jersey where I may have just heard a close tree knock from a Bigfoot. After investigating the area for 2 hours and not hearing or seeing anything further, I called it a day.
Paw.
2 days later, I met a witness, Scott, whom I have not spoken with prior, at the same trailhead. This is the first time that he's been back here since his sighting, nearly 30 years ago.
Okay, so tell me about your sighting start to finish. What I know what you're doing, but tell everybody else like what you're doing out here and what happened.
We were coming up here, our whole thing was to get a tree stand built up here. Well, coming up here, the spot we're coming to up by the gas line here, I rested with the wood on the ground to take a breather before the last hump up into the woods. And where I had stopped with the wood there and rested upon it, on the way out of the woods after building the tree stand, is where I saw a big squatch, roughly close to 7-8 feet tall, winding the air with its nose in the air, taking big heaving breaths of wind, trying, I guess, to wind us and decide exactly what we were, or where we were. The young one, the juvenile, which was roughly about 5.5 foot tall, he was down on all fours, sniffing the ground like a beagle, where I had sat on the wood and took a break, while the other one stood looking up the ridge up here and just taking big heaves of wind, trying to smell as I had its nose in the air, and it was just looking around, just looking enormous. And at that point, we decided what they were. There was no mistaking for anything. My friend and I decided to do a big downwind circle to get far around and get out of here in time.
Because that scared you
It was
guys.
getting dark. Yeah, all I had was a framing hammer in my hand, and being an outdoorsman for almost 50 years, I knew what I was saying, and I didn't have a chance against it, so the best thing would be to just evade it altogether. And so it was a little windy that day, so the wind was able to hide our exit out of here. We did circle downwind from them, and at that point, I don't know whatever happened after that point, but this is the first time coming back here in 30 years, just trying to beat the demons and put this to rest, so
That's awesome.
I'm finally at peace with the whole thing.
So are you comfortable with going back and recreating what you saw?
I have a lot of anxiety over it, and like right now, my heartbeat and my blood pressure's up quite a bit. But
I'm an EMT, so
I
it's cool.
have no problem giving a little recreation. They were investigating what I figured later. Why would they come around looking for us? We were building a tree stand. We were doing tree knocks.
Right.
So that's what obviously maybe I guess piqued their interest and pulled them in. They were either looking for another Squatch or who knows whatever. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, they found us. Gentlemen, you are now standing in a place where an actual Bigfoot once stood.
That's where he
That
was.
marks the spot. The wood that I had put down, I sat down over here and rested upon it.
Hold on, let's make this a little clearer to our fans. So this is it. This is
the spot that the adult was standing on, that X marked spot right there. That one, I had the wood down right here. I sat down and rested before taking the last walk up into the woods here. Like we came out of the woods after building the tree stand, the adult was standing right here, monkey with its arms at its side, looking on an angle up. The wind was coming from like more out of the north here. He had his nose in the air, arms at its sides, taking big heats with his nose, sniffing the wind. Looking around, he would put his nose back in the air, looking around, taking big, deep breaths, trying to wind us. While the younger juvenile, where I had sat on the wood here, he was on all fours, almost like a spider monkey, sniffing the ground where the wood was, where I had a drink of water and spit part of it out over here. He was sniffing that whole area.
Wow.
And it was quite unnerving coming out and seeing him after coming out of the woods here, not expecting to see what we saw, and being that they were standing here, no brush in the way, there was no mistaking it for anything other than what it clearly was.
Here's where the Bigfoot was. Where were you?
I was approximately coming out of that corner of woods, right up over here on the edge. And the woods looked pretty much what they were, except you're talking almost 30 years of little more undergrowth. There was no undergrowth there. It was more just all grass. And we were basically up and just coming out of the woods on the low end right here. And we had kind of like a clear shot, but yet the animals, their view of us, in that they were looking up this way, they didn't hear us or see us come down on their backside over here. They're looking this way into the wind. The big one was, at least.
So, Brian, can you do us a favor? Can I borrow your stick, Scott?
Sure.
I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
We're going to go back up to... Whoop, can you just stand right on the X?
Right here? Okay, you're going that way.
And we're going to turn this on. And I'm going to turn mine on. And we're going to take a walk back up to where you were.
Okay.
You good? Okay.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm being watched.
Yeah, you made your decision to come out here and come back after 30 years of something that changed your life. That's incredible, man.
I swore I'd never go back unarmed.
Are you armed? Now, are you trying to remember, like, the trees you were by?
Yeah, no.
Or are you going by sight?
I closed my eyes. I could see
Okay.
the vision in my head.
Yeah. Then I noticed that was the first time you looked back, which is very interesting. That is very telling that you're not making this up.
I wish I was.
Yeah. This is.
We came in off this ridge here. We were building the tree stand up in here. We came down. These bushes were like really low.
Right.
We came down along here, and I started angling because I wanted to hit the gas line here.
Right. Makes sense. This is rough. Okay, hold on. I'm trying. I know, and you're doing this like, Jesus Lord, you're flying through this. Okay.
This is where we were standing, and that's
So
where they were.
let's do a little zoom in here. So that is a clear view.
I could have been a little closer. Could have been a little closer right in here, because I could just make out facial features.
Yeah, that would be too far for facial features, I think.
You figure the head of the thing was almost twice the size of his.
Right.
It was and the one was on all fours, the juvenile, sniffing the ground like a little spider monkey.
Yeah.
That's the way to describe it. It was so amazing how limber he was and able to almost like spider crawl off the ground. Go down a little more. Just tell him go down another foot or so.
Bring it down another foot.
Right there.
Right about there.
That's it. Right there.
I want to document how high that stick is and see him from where you are. So that's him. And we're probably 100 yards?
Almost.
75. Yeah, probably.
80, 90 yards.
Yeah, okay. Alright, Scott, so you say I'm in the correct area, right?
Yeah, you're almost in the exact spot, right by those rocks right there, like right where you're standing, kind of.
Okay. And you said it was down on all fours? Brian, can you come a little closer?
Sniffing the ground like an eagle, and
So you initially put the Sasquatch inside the wood line. You're saying it was outside the wood line, almost to the gas line.
Almost on the edge of the gas line.
Okay, the measurement's going to be the same because that's almost the same elevation.
But looking in relation to where the big one was standing with the little one, now that I can see you where you're at, I can get a better idea where the big one was standing.
Okay, let me do the spider monkey and tell me if describe this act. All fours smelling the ground. Was it hopping around?
It's basically like on the front balls of its feet and like on the palms of its hands, like looking more uphill to your right. Yeah, like downhill, excuse me. And he was kind of facing on a side angle, like with almost his ass facing me.
I hope you guys like this view.
Yeah, you got it, Toyota, like that. I mean, his ass was a little closer to the ground, but the posture you're in right now, and he had his nose in the ground, sniffing the ground exactly like that all around.
Okay, that's cool. What's the size comparison?
A little shorter than you.
So you spit here. So this would be why the Bigfoot was here, and Mom was 2 feet away, 3 feet, 4 feet away, smelling.
Had its nose into the wind taking deep puffs. My little guy kind of had his back to me, like I saw his ass, and he was like kind of quartered away, sniffing the ground, sniffing where the wood was sitting and where I was, and whatchamacallit, sniffing where it spit out the water.
I mean, this is cool. I 100% being here, listening to his stories, doing the recreation. What's interesting is he said that he could see facial features, and where Scott is, I could see his face. Now a Bigfoot, I can't see it clear. My vision's not great, but I can't see it super clear. But you got to think too, the Bigfoot are going to be bigger, so they're going to have bigger facial features. That's cool.
The adult Sasquatch measured 7 feet and 6 inches tall. Since I zeroed in on this location prior to knowing where Scott had his sighting, we decided it was only appropriate to put some trail cameras out.
We're back at the sighting location, retrieving my trail cameras. I didn't record on the way in because I haven't been feeling too good the past couple days, so I wanted to do a little cardio, get up here. And I hauled ass. It was nice. I feel great. Let's hope the trail cameras are still there. This is where we also found a possible indentation in the ground. We're not sure what it was. It wasn't able to be casted. But we got a bunch of photos of it. Sometimes I'll just turn real quick and film. And that's because I thought I saw something down there. I think it's a tree. It's been reported a lot that Bigfoot will cross behind a person. Whatever way they're going, they'll kind of cross behind them instead of in front of them. I'm pretty sure someone snagged this trail camera up here. Wasn't hidden well enough. And it's been out here longer than I thought. It's right over this hill. Something 2 seconds ago literally just crashed right there. Got it on my voice recorder. Timestamp is 10:59 hours. Top of the ridge, way on the gas line. That did not sound pleasant.
There's no wind. Hasn't rained in a day or two. Holy I'm just gonna keep going. I gotta get, oh man, that's right where I found that bobcat print. I'm on edge. Holy Christ. Alright, the trail camera was on one of these trees. It does look like it appears to be taken. Not taken, but obviously somehow it's still on. That's great. That's going to be a cool one. I'm excited to see what that is. I'm really super nervous about going down this one trail here. Also brand new. This was not here last time I was up here, which was like 5 days ago. Could have been that tree that fell down. This is creepy back here, man. I like it. Like 2 seconds ago, literally just crashed right there. Got it on my voice recorder. Timestamp is 10:59 hours.